So I recently had a kid, and if I'm going to be frank with you, he's kicking the absolute shit out of me. I had so many plans for this channel for 2026 and what type of videos I want to make and kind of rethink how I personally want to make videos, but boy, I was not prepared. Don't get me wrong, I knew that having a baby was going to be difficult, and the one thing that everyone mentions is how you're barely going to sleep. But even still, I wanted to prove that I could still do this YouTube thing and even increase my output, but I was a tad bit ignorant. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is that I am super sleepy all of the time, and I am finding this whole life balance thing to be extremely difficult at the moment, and I'm still trying to figure things out. This last December, I wrote down a list of goals, New Year's resolutions, you could say, of everything that I wanted to accomplish in 2026, knowing that I was going to be a new father, and originally I was going to put this video out at or before the start of the year, basically before he was born, but I'm glad I didn't. because I would look like such a fool right now, because I have gotten nowhere with any of my goals. I'll be totally honest, this video will probably be boring as hell if it's not already. I'm mostly making this video for me as a sort of journal to think and talk through what I'm feeling and to sort of just put this out there and to try and hold myself accountable. If you haven't noticed already, I did write a script for this video and I will be reading off of it for the most part, hence the whole journal part of this video. Is what it is. I'm just so tired of not moving the needle on any of the things that I want to do in life. So all these goals kind of tie together into the same major goal, which is that I want to make videos. And so all of these will kind of tie into that overarching goal. I hope that it'll make sense when I start saying it. So anyways, here were my 2026 goals. So my first big goal for 2026 was to play more video games. And I don't mean beating more video games, although I hope that happens as a result. And I also don't mean playing video games more often, though again, I hope that happens as a result. I just want to play more games, a wider variety of games, genres, PC, console, handheld. It's just so ridiculous how much time I spend thinking about video games and how I have this fiery desire to make videos about video games, but yet I hardly ever play them. I even had this silly little number in mind originally, and that number was 50. 50 video games. Not beat 50 video games, but to just play 50 different video games. Even if it's ones that I've played before, or my comfort live service games, or co-op games with friends like COD Zombies or Halo co-op. Now that number is super unlikely at this point. It's already June, and I've beaten I think 7 games, and then I've played another 3 to 5 games of random stuff like Black Ops 7, Forza, Battlefield, and games like that. I don't know. And I don't really care about this numerical goal. I'm not going to play random games for an hour or two just to hit my 50 games number. I still want to play the games I want to play, and I want to play them to credits if I can. Now, to help me with that first goal, another goal of mine was to make my dusty old Steam Deck become my best friend. I love my Steam Deck OLED, but I hardly ever play the damn thing. I could easily be playing it in the kitchen or the living room during family time. I could be playing it in bed. I could bring it to work and play on my lunch breaks, in the car, on trips to the lake, or outside on a beautiful summer day next to a cold glass of iced coffee. The reasons that I don't are, well, I love playing games at my desk. It is my favorite thing to do. This is my happy place. I like sitting here with settings cranked as much as my 3080 and outdated CPU will allow. I like sitting here with a controller in hand, or my absolute favorite, which is playing on mouse and keyboard. And then another big reason, maybe the biggest reason, is my obsession with wanting to capture my own footage. Which you can do on the Steam Deck. You can record gameplay and clips and stuff. It's just a little bit annoying And I'd rather just play games on a handheld without having to worry about recording footage. It kind of ruins the whole relaxed gaming vibe that handhelds give off. So if I want to play and review games on my Steam Deck, I think I just have to let go of the idea of using my own footage, or just try capturing an hour or two of footage on desktop when I have the chance, and just, play games on the Steam Deck and enjoy it. And so, to tie into wanting to play more games and wanting to play more games on my Steam Deck, I want to play way more indie games. In fact, indie games should be my go-to games. With how busy life is at the moment and having limited time to play, I should be prioritizing Steam Deck and indie games to keep up with gaming as a hobby. They're usually shorter games that respect my time more. I get to experience a wider variety of games, and they're always trying to push the envelope with creative ideas and new gameplay mechanics, which satisfies my want to have more experiences in games. They also almost always come from super dedicated people that are just so passionate about what they do. Okay, so I want to play more games. I want to play more games on my Steam Deck, and I want to play more indie games because they're shorter and I'd be able to play more of them. And so this next one is sort of a goal and kind of not, but it's me trying to figure out this year how gaming fits into my life going forward. Now that I'm a father and a family man and I still have a full-time job with a less than favorable work schedule, I still have this dream of wanting to make YouTube videos, which making videos takes time. And so how can I keep up with gaming as a hobby going forward? Can I just play more of my Steam Deck? Will I have the time to sit at my desk for the big AAA experiences? Will I ever have time again to play an open world game? Should I really just play indies exclusively since they're shorter and cheaper? Again, this isn't a big goal, but it's something that I need to reflect on as the year goes by. Now, everything that I've said before, playing more games, using my Steam Deck, playing indie games, gaming as a lifestyle, ties into the most important goal for me, which is to make more videos. And not just that, but to be consistent with it as well. I'm most passionate about video games, and I want to make videos about video games and how silly and embarrassing would it be to make videos about games but hardly ever play them like I do currently. So playing more games, whether it's AAA or indie, fitting more into my life with the help of the Steam Deck and having more gaming experiences will help me make more videos and have things to talk about. I also had a number in mind for this as well, which I definitely won't be hitting, but that number was 52. My goal and dream is to eventually get on the cadence of one video a week. I don't want to put out a video and then disappear for a month or 3 months. I like the idea of being present, having an audience that knows that every week they can watch my video while cleaning the kitchen or putting away laundry. I don't expect that from myself yet, but I was hoping that throughout the year I could at least get an average of one video a week by hitting 52. Now, could I still shoot for this goal and average 2 videos a week for the rest of the year? Potentially. But I also don't want to put out sloppily rushed videos just for the sake of hitting some stupid numerical goal. I want my sloppily rushed videos to be intentional, damn it. And to try to help me make more videos, I want to make short videos. I'm talking 5 to 10 minutes max. I'm busy. I don't have time to be spending dozens of hours on long videos. Also, the more there is to edit, the scarier the job becomes and the harder it is for me to sit down and actually do it. I'm talking 4 hours of editing a week max. That's the goal that I'm shooting for here. The less time that I spend making videos, the more games I can play. And the more games I can play, the more videos I can make. And you see the cycle here? And then again, making shorter videos in an attempt to try to make more videos leads into this next goal, which is to have more practice. Practice writing for my videos. Practice talking in front of a camera and just being comfortable. Practice editing and getting faster and more decisive with my editing decision making. And practice making thumbnails and so on and so forth. So if I can make a video every week, then I can practice all of these things every single week and hopefully see some improvement leading into being able to make videos faster, which can lead to being able to make more videos. Or if I get better at all these, I can try making longer videos in the same time frame. And so that, all of these like stupid, silly goals are connected in a way. And this next one is, again, like sort of a goal and like sort of not, but like it connects to everything. But that is to make video games and YouTube feel like a hobby. For so many years, it's been so hard for me to enjoy video games the way that I should be. I've been wanting to make videos about video games for so much of my life now that whenever I play a game, I'm thinking about capturing footage or how I should be making a video about the game. Or way back in the day, it was like, I should be doing a let's play on this game, like that stupid sort of shit. And like, I know it's pathetic, but I'm really not kidding. I would literally put off playing games because I wanted to wait until I had the opportunity to be able to make content out of it in some way. And like, even when I was obsessed with streaming, instead of like making YouTube videos, it was like, I don't want to play a game unless I can stream it on Twitch. And so like, for so many years, I just wouldn't play games. And like, it's so dumb. I'm so dumb. And I guess I just like always felt guilty playing games just for the sake of enjoying it. I always, and still do, play games with the fantasies of being a YouTuber. And it always just kind of like sours games for me. I just want to play because I fucking love video games and they make me happy, and that should be all there is to it. And if I make videos, great. And if not, I just need to be content with just like having fun and enjoying video games. And as far as YouTube, I just want to not care. Like, I don't want to care about making good videos all the time or bad videos. I don't want it to consume so much of my brain as it does right now. I just want to make stuff and I want to have fun doing it like a hobby. And if it gets views, great. That's awesome. And if not, then that's to be expected. I shouldn't be expecting to get views on any of my videos. And that's okay. And if I get mean comments, who cares? They're just some like faceless name on the internet. I shouldn't like let it bother me ever. And lastly, the thing that is probably the most important in regards to everything else on this list, the thing that I think I need to work on the most, the thing that could maybe even determine the rest of my life, which is to watch less YouTube. My YouTube consumption has become a real problem for me. I just watch way too much of it. There are countless days where I get home from work and I just watch YouTube until I go to bed. It sounds a bit dramatic, but I sincerely believe it's ruining my life. It keeps me from being productive at anything. It's hard to convince myself to film a video. It's hard to convince myself to edit a video. It's hard to convince myself to sit down and start a new video game. But it is really easy to sit down and scroll my recommended videos and just like watch whatever interests me and do that for literal hours. I watch YouTube with my breakfast. I watch it on my lunch breaks. I watch it at the dinner table. I watch it while laying in bed at night before going to bed. And like, it's a problem. And if I want to accomplish anything moving forward, I need to cut back a lot. I need to convince myself that it feels good to create every once in a while than to just endlessly consume all the time. And even if I didn't want to make videos myself, it still keeps me from being present with my family. It keeps me from learning new hobbies and new skills. Like, if I ever wanted to change careers and learn a new skill set, it'd be pretty hard with how much YouTube I watch in my free time. And so yeah, those are like all of the goals related to what I want to do on my YouTube channel, more or less. And so in summary, what I'm basically saying is that I want to intentionally make bad videos. I want to make short videos. I want to use minimal editing. Like, even if it ends up just being a talking head where I talk about a game and I show like little to no gameplay, I would rather do that than to just not make videos ever. And I think starting out making like bad videos and then working my way up after I get comfortable And maybe I'll feel motivated just by like uploading more. I don't know, but like hopefully I can work my way up to making better videos down the line. But for now, I just need to make really bad videos, because making bad videos is better than not making anything at all. All right, so I have some like other goals I wrote down that aren't really related to everything else, but I kind of want to talk about them anyways. So I guess this will be like a rapid fire session where I just list the other goals I had in mind. Watch 50 new movies that I haven't seen before. I used to love watching movies. I grew up watching movies. And now social media has fried my attention span. I'm not able to sit down and watch a 2-hour movie without losing interest. And on top of that, my YouTube addiction keeps me from really watching anything else but YouTube. It's a miracle I even find time to watch as much anime as I do. But I want to change that. I want to get back to regularly watching movies. There's so many movies over the last several years I just never watched because I just don't really watch movies anymore. And I want to change that. I want to watch movies again. And to piggyback off that, it's kind of like the same thing, but I want to start reading again. Same deal. I love reading. I love having words on a page fire up my imagination, but again, my attention span just needs rewiring a bit, and I gotta watch way less YouTube. I want to learn how to focus on a single task for an extended period of time again, like reading. And then keeping the house clean. I just get a little disgusted with myself and let the house get too messy, especially the kitchen. I very often just become blind to all of the mess, and I just kind of like don't realize it's even there after a while. And it can feel overwhelming to clean an entire house or to like do a pile of dishes, but it is not hard to tidy up just a little bit every day. Things like doing the dishes and doing the laundry don't take up that much time if you don't let it pile up. And I need to make sure that everything has a place, and that when I'm done using a thing, I just put it back when I'm done. And I don't need to like leave it out for weeks or months. I just use it for whatever it is and then put it back. And also, one thing that I've found is that having a clean space, whether it's my office or my living room or my kitchen, it just like puts me in a happier mood. So I want to be a cleaner person. This next one, it kind of goes more so with the movies and reading, but is to watch more stand-up comedy. It's another thing that I grew up watching. I watched it with my parents when I was a kid all the time, and I just want to get back to it. I just love stand-up comedy as an art form. And not the ability to just be funny, but the skill set to stand up on stage completely by yourself and to tell stories that keeps people entertained and engaged until your set is over. I just think that's an extremely impressive thing to do. And the next one is to write a lot more. In the last few years, I've discovered something new about myself, which is that I love writing. I love putting a physical pen to paper. I love journaling. I have a habit tracking journal. I take notes on all the games I play. I make like little reviews that I put in my journal. I like doing morning pages. I love writing scripts for my videos. It's like making the video in my head before actually making it. I just think it's really fun. Like, I'm not writing stories or writing fiction or anything like that, but I've just really come to love the act of writing. I keep a pocket journal with me at almost all times. I use it at work all the time. And so, yeah, writing's fun. I love notebooks. I love writing, whether it's physical or digital, and I should just start doing it more. And then this next one I think is actually pretty important. That is to be more optimistic. I used to consider myself an extremely optimistic person, but that has long passed. Between having negative coworkers, the negativity in news and media, and just like being online too much and on social media, I think it's affected me quite a bit. And I just absolutely hate how negative and pessimistic I've become. Life is so much more enjoyable when you're optimistic about life and when you're looking forward to things. And so I just want to like channel that more. I want to be optimistic. I want to be happy. I want to like work on that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be just like this gloomy, negative person all the time. It's gotten really tiring. And lastly, the one that is maybe the most important one, maybe not related to YouTube, but as far as my overall life goes, the goal that is most important is being a good dad. And yeah, I don't have too much to say about that, but like being a new parent is terrifying, and it has its ups and way more downs sometimes, but I don't want to let it affect me. I want to be the best dad that I can be in the moment. And that's all I got to say about that, really. All right, that's about all I got. Like I said, very boring video. It's just something that I wanted to put out there into the universe for myself, to keep myself accountable and to remind myself of these goals that I had and my ambitions and the steps that I feel that I need to take to get there. I apologize if the video seemed awkward because I was like looking away from the camera so often. I don't know. I like writing scripts and I like reading off them, and it's more fun. Maybe this video should have just been like a voiceover over some gameplay, but I didn't really feel like doing that. I do actually own a teleprompter. It's in my closet, but I don't like using it really. I don't know. I feel like you can always tell when someone is reading off a teleprompter, and I'd rather just be more transparent and be like, oh yeah, this guy's clearly reading off something that he wrote. But I don't know. Maybe they're all weird. Maybe I should have just memorized all my lines and did it that way, but I don't know. I'm kind of crunched for time at the moment. Which, speaking of moving forward, I don't know how much camera I can actually use in my videos. Finding time to record has been very difficult. It's hard to do it when my wife and son are home. And so like my only options really are like I get like 30 minutes in the morning to myself because my wife leaves 30 minutes earlier than I do, or at night when they're sleeping, which at night is hard because I'm always like unintentionally speaking softer because I'm like so aware that they're trying to sleep and I'm trying to not be loud or wake them. And I just feel like the recording ends up worse for it. And so, I don't know, something that I might do is buy like an audio recorder and just bring a microphone with me and record like voiceover in my car on my lunch breaks. It's an idea that I'm thinking I might do. And so like I might do like intros and outros with the camera, and then the rest of the video will all be voiceover. But I don't know. We'll experiment and go from there. Maybe I'll just bring my camera with and film in my car. I don't know. I'll figure something out. If you watched this messy video, I greatly appreciate it. I don't know why you stayed, but it really, really does mean a lot to me. And I don't really know where this channel goes from here. I set all of these goals and stuff, but I don't really know how I'm going to get there or what steps I'm going to take next or what my next video is even going to be. But the point of this is to just figure it out. I just need to do it. Nike, just do it. That's what they say. Also, if the lighting has changed at all, it got like gloomy and rainy out of nowhere, and it's like getting really weird in my room. I can notice the light getting like, whatever, you don't care. All right, I think I've said all I needed to say. I need to end this video before I keep rambling for way too long because I tend to do that. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I will see you in the next one, whatever video that's going to be. I have no idea, but yeah, I'm excited. See ya.